Hey TechKnowStuds! Having directly attached storage to our computers is a critical part to how we use computers nowadays. However, there are times when these files need to be shared out to others, and so this might not be the ideal setup. In this lesson, let's talk about network storage. Storage doesn't always need to be attached though. We can have network storage as well. And we can host it out in a few different ways. For instance, we could host it out through a network attached storage or a NAS. What a NAS is right here we have a local area network. So all of this is a local area network. This is the router on the edge of here. And we've got a few devices, 4 devices to be specific here, that are on this network. So a network attached storage is where any one of these devices can access files on this network attached storage. So it's made available to all of the devices, even though it's not directly attached to any one of these machines. Another way that we could actually share out files on here is by creating a file server. So a file server will host files on it, and then different devices can access those files via the network. So that's a file server right there. And another thing too is into the outside world here, we could have the cloud and their storage up in the cloud. So there are a lot of different options for that. Here's an example of a network attached storage or NAS system. Inside here, there's a hard drive, and then I can make this networkable because there's a network interface card right here that will network this device to all of the other devices on the network. And then whatever I store on here would be available to the rest of the network. What I want to do is show you how to set up a file server, and it's really easy. Now I'm on a laptop, and I typically wouldn't share out files from a laptop because I could unplug it from the network and then they wouldn't be available. But you can do it, so I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm just going to create a folder and go into the properties, and I will go into the sharing tab and hit share, and then I could set up the permissions on who would have access to this and hit out share. And it's as simple as that. Now people will have access to this folder and can save files into it and gain access to files. Now, typically, like I say, I wouldn't put this on a laptop. A lot of times we set aside a server and set up different shares on the server and have multiple files and folders that we're sharing out. And so that would be a typical file server that we would have on our network. And here's an example of cloud storage. I'm on Amazon S3. And so if I wanted to create a share on Amazon S3, what I do is I just create a bucket here, and then I'd set up the parameters of who I would want to share this out to. In fact, I could even share out files to the whole world if I wanted to do it through here. So this is just one example of how I can share files up in the cloud.